This is classwork, which is the first day. Remember in class, we talked about the interval notation versus set builder notation. So one way, so this is all prepared for inequalities. So for inequality solutions, sometimes we use the set builder notation to represent. Let's see this one. All right, this one, if in set notation, we would write. So I'm going to do A. I'll leave B for you to finish. So I'm going to use this letter as so negative 1.5. So start with negative 1.5 because including negative 1.5 in the solution set. So we need to have equal sign. So this means less than or equal to, maybe you know what, maybe I'm going to write an X in the middle, then less than 4. So let me write here. So in between of negative 5, negative 1.5 and X, that's less than or equal to sign because this is a bracket. So since it's a bracket, we need equal sign in the greater than, with a greater than sign too. And 4, we see this is a close parenthesis. So that means just less than, no equal sign. And we call this set builder notation, or sometimes just called set notation. Okay, for B, it's very similar, right? You see this is open parenthesis, right? It's just less than. So you would write negative infinity, less than X. Then because this is a bracket, you write less than or equal to 3. So for 2, for question 2, we have this absolute value function. So we need to complete a table of values for this. Well, let's call this equation for now. In the future, we're going to call function and a graph it. So what do? We make a table. Right. Let's see, make a table. So this first column, let's call it X value, second column, Y value. The third column, we have a point, X, comma, Y. Represents a point on the plane. So we can give X any value, right? X can be, let's see, 2. If X is 2, 2 minus 2 is 0. Absolute value of 0 is 0. Negative 0 is still 0. So Y is 0. We get a point, X is 2, Y is 0. Then maybe let X be 1. 1 minus 2, that's negative 1. Absolute value of negative 1 is positive 1. But then outside we have negative sign. So we get negative 1. So we get our second point, 1, comma, 1. Well, now let X be 0. Right? If X is 0, 0 minus 2, that's negative 2. Negative 2, absolute value of negative 2 is positive 2. Then outside we have negative sign. So we get negative 2, I'm sorry, negative 2. So we get a 0, comma, negative 2. You know, we may give more values. Let's see now, let X be negative 1 maybe. Negative 1 minus 2, negative 3. Absolute value of negative 3 is positive 3. Then we have negative sign there. So we get negative 3. So we get negative 1, negative 1, and negative 3. All right. So I have those 4 points. Let's try the graph. So the first point is 2, comma 0. 2, comma 0. So x value is 2, y value is 0. That's this point. The second point is 1, comma 1. X value is 1, y value is 1. So at this point. Then x value is 0. That means here, x value is 0 here, right? Y equals -2. So get this point. Then x value is -1. -1 here. Y value is -3. All right. When do we get a positive one? I think, oh, that's -1. No wonder. I said this point, that's 1, comma -1. We won't be able to get this point. So let me see, how do I clear my drawings? Clear all drawings, clear. Okay. I'm gonna use white this. So this point is not on the graph. Right, that's 1, comma -1. So 1, comma -1. So I have this point. Now you see this is because absolute value graph is a V shape, and this is a downward V. So we only get a straight line, but we want to get 2 lines. So maybe we need to evaluate more value of x. So let x be -2 now. X is -2, -2 minus 2, that's -4. And absolute value of -4 is +4, but then we have minus sign up front. So we get -2, -4. So if it's -2, we get -4. So this keeps on going. So maybe now let's try positive numbers. Let's try 3. 3 minus 1 is 1. So we get -1. We get 3, -1. So 3, -1. Okay, bingo. All we need is just another point on the, not on the line. Now we can graph. Maybe we can get more value, but we can also graph already. We indicate with an arrow saying this line keeps going. And on the other side, because absolute value is a symmetric. So downward V. So I have this V shape. So the absolute value equation always have this V shape. It's downward V because of this negative sign. If this is no negative sign, we have upward V. All right, so that's for 2. For 3, we want to solve these linear equations. There are different ways of solving these equations. What I would do is I want to get rid of this 1/5, 1/3. So how do I get rid of them? I want to multiply everyone with 15. Because the least common multiple of 5 and 3 is 15. So I multiply 15 with this one. I multiply 15 with this one, with this group, right? I'm treating this as one group. I'm treating this as one group. I'm treating this as one group. So basically, I enlarge every group 15 times bigger. By doing this, you see something is good. Because 15 dividing by 5, I get 3. And 15 divided by 3, I get 5. So these are 14 times 15. Okay. So let me tap this. So I have 3. So now the equation becomes 3 times x plus 3 plus 5 times x plus 5 equals to 14 times 15. How nice. No more fractions, right? Because we multiply by the least multiple of 5 and 3. So that's why this happens. Then we can expand. So we multiply 3 with x, we get 3x. Multiply 3 with 3, we get 9. Multiply 5 with x, we get 5x. 5 times 5, we get 25. Then 14 times 15. 14 we can think as 15 minus 1. Right? We could do. So if we don't want to do the calculation, we can think this way. Times 15. Right? Then you see on the right hand side, we get 15 times 15, which is 15 squared, which is 225. 225 minus 15, so we get 210. So let's rewrite this. So this becomes 225 minus 15, which is 210. Or you can multiply another way. 4 times 15, that's 60. Then 10 times 15, that's 150. 150 plus 60, 210. So either way. Now we combine like terms. 3x plus 5x, that give us 8x. Then 9 plus 25, that's 34. Equal to 210. Right. Then we subtract 34 from both sides. Then we get 8x equals to 210 minus 34. 210 minus 34. So have 8x equals to, well, 210 minus 34. So 10 minus 34, we have negative 24. Then 200 minus 24, or 24, 76, so 176. Then x equals to 176 divided by 8. So if we cannot divide in one shot, actually it's easy, right? 2 times a is 16. Then 2 times a is 16. So this is 22. X equals to 22. That's for this one. Let's see 4. 4 is a word problem. So we need to translate the words into mathematical equations. So let's see, when 12 is subtracted from 3 times a number, let's call this number x. All right, let's translate this language. 3 times a number, that's 3x. Subtracted 12 from it, that's 3x minus 12. The result is 48. Is means equal to. What is the number? So have this equation, right? When 12 is subtracted from 3 times a number, the result is 48. So now we just need to solve this equation. We add 12 on both sides. So 48 plus 12, 3x equals, well, 48 plus 12, 40 plus 10, that's 50. 8 plus 2, that's 10. So that's 60. 60 divided by 3, that's 20. So x equals to 20. And that's it.